Here's a story from one of my clients. Let's call him Peter. Peter comes from the environment where everything was pretty strict. For some of you who might be strict with your kids, you can relate to this. His parents were very strict. Everything had to be in order. The things that they would say, Peter would have to follow, right? And there was a reason for it. There was never something that they told him to do that would harm him. Everything they told him was for the right reason, but they were very, very strict. Since Peter grew up in that environment, he really didn't see nothing wrong of parenting his children with a same manners, right? He turned out to be great, doing well in life and being a successful businessman. So if he follows the same routines and same practices that his parents did, the chances are his kids will turn out okay too, right? So again, for some of you that might be a little, too strict on your kids and or might become, this could be a good story to listen. And regardless, again, with any of these stories, regardless what you do with it, it is really just to absorb and be open-minded. So when Peter's daughter finished high school, he just wanted her so badly to go to the college. She kind of wasn't really ready, and she was asking to take a time off, maybe to explore what is it that she really wants to do in life. She wasn't sure even if she goes to college, what college she was going to choose. But Peter insisted. He truly insisted that, look, this will be the best thing for her. She needs to go to the college, and he will provide anything that needs to be provided, meaning that, she doesn't have to look for any money. He has the money to pay for one of the best schools that she can go to, not question at all. After arguing, Peter's daughter decided that, she will do what her father wanted her to do. So she applied and she got accepted to a very good school. And as Peter told me, he was paying a lot of money for this school. Towards the year end, the first year, she decided to quit. And she basically did quit, came back home and told Peter that this is just not for her, and she's really sorry, but she just doesn't want to go to college. Peter, of course, was very frustrated. She didn't do what she said she was going to do, although he was the one forcing her to do it. He was also frustrated that he lost a lot of money. It's not easy, right, to make this money. So he was also frustrated that he just felt like, she just wasted all this money and she wasn't going to continue to school. And so they started fighting. Being home, it just wasn't fun when they were together. Neither for Peter, nor for his daughter, nor for Peter's wife. I happened to come to Peter's life and coaching after this all was going on. And so what happened is, after many fights, Peter's daughter decided to leave home. And she left after one of the big fights one evening. And they didn't talk for, I believe, 4 to 5 years. As you can imagine, it was difficult for all of them. For Peter's daughter, she had to start a new life and trying to figure out how to do it in being so young age, but she didn't want to stay home any longer. For Peter, he was just more and more frustrated, couldn't get over it. And for Peter's wife, was very difficult that she stayed in touch, but she almost like had to secretly go and see her daughter because just the whole relationships in the family were in a bad shape. Coming back, to what's happening now. They are back together. She's back home. The relationships are almost fully repaired at this point, where everybody learned hard way their lessons, and Peter realized that he could have just lost his daughter for a number of different reasons, and that what he did, it just wasn't worth it, right? It was so in a situation like this, you just want to think about the story like this and what I learned, and while coaching Peter to improve the relationships, get together with his daughter and improve relations with his wife so that they can go back to their great family that they had before. But we all want best for our children, and there is no question about it. We all want them to best school that we can afford. We are all willing to sacrifice, if you will, financially and otherwise. But we do have to be careful. We do have to be careful of just not pushing our children too much, because if we do that, sometimes we pay a price, right? So we got to just kind of question ourselves and our kids, and see what is it that they truly want to do in life, and listen, and together make the best decision. Again, like with any other stories that I might share or advice, this is not about giving advice what to do, but it's about learning what other people went through, before we get stuck with something, learning that if we do certain things that we may get stuck with situations similar that other people did, and why not prevent it if we can. So even if you are just very strict, and your kids have to follow your orders, and that's who you are, and that's fine, just kind of be careful how you do it, so that you still want to make sure that you have that closeness with your kids. It's a teenage age is very difficult. They go through rough time as well. They have a lot of stress, a lot of pressure, and more we understand that, better choice we will make while helping them go through the difficult time.